Aloha, Alafia, and welcome everybody to this amazing full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus at 27 degrees. We are moving through eclipse season, and that started with the new moon in Scorpio earlier this month. Moving through this month, now we have the actual lunar eclipse, which are always during full moons. And we will be playing with this Taurus Scorpio axis, not just today and not just during this eclipse season, which is typically over about a 6-month time frame. This is going to be the energy that we are going to be playing with throughout the whole next of the year. So we do have Taurus Scorpio axis eclipses all through next year as well. And we are in the transition phase of eclipses right now. So for the last year and a half, we've been having the Gemini Sagittarius axis be really prominent during eclipse season. The last one of those is going to happen next month in December. And then we usher in the new eclipse season in the Taurus and the Scorpio axis lines. So we're going to dip our toe in. It is a very, very fortuitous moon. It's incredibly strong. There's a lot of energy here to work with, especially setting yourself up for 22, especially setting yourself up for essentially the long-term future that you are building towards right now. So definitely want to be cognizant and aware of those energies. That moon is on 11/18. Looks at 9:57 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. So for the rest of the United States, continental United States, it will actually be on the 19th, more than likely for your time zone. So just make sure you do all of those right calculations. So the one big thing that I wanted to talk through this moon about and really kind of helps lead this reading is the Taurus and Scorpio axis is really about the inner work that we do. That's that scorpionic energy, and how that leads to the outer things that we have, the outer beauty that we present, the Taurus energies, excuse me. So the one thing, and like we keep saying, this year is kind of a year of completions. We're moving through very strong energies over the next couple of years. And we started this a couple of years back that just continue to complete cycles, continue to complete soul contracts. And this moon's no different. And what we're looking at really, and this just immediately came to my head when I was looking into this moon, it's like RIP to the old me, hello to the new me. And that's really the energy that this moon brings is you're saying goodbye to an old self. You're saying goodbye to old thought processes, old value systems, old ways of being and doing things, and welcoming and ushering in with really fresh energy all of this new way to do things. And that's what is being activated right now is these next steps based upon our new value system and what we have healed and changed personally and permanently over the course of this last year. So that's where we're at energy wise. And the spread that I laid out today does cover a lot of those questions as we move through this cycle. Again, this will be a year. So let's get into the reading. Very first question is, across this eclipse season, what karmatic or ancestral pattern is ready to be released right now? And we got the Ace of Wands reversed. So this is all about opportunity. So if this card wasn't in the reverse side, the Ace of Wands talks about opportunities. It talks about new beginnings, these new adventures that are coming in, the new job, the new alignment that you need to maybe get to the next step of the project that you're in, the new contract, the new relationship or acquaintance that you need to meet in order to really get what you need going. So when it's in the reverse, and when we're talking about what type of karmatic or ancestral patterns we need to release, that is this release of ignoring those opportunities that are put in front of you. Ignoring the intuition, ignoring the gifts from the universe, ignoring divine timing. All of that, this is the work that we've been doing over the last year and a half. It's settling into the knowing. It's settling into the Neptune and Pisces and all of that beautiful energy of it's okay not to know. It's okay not to see, feel, touch, and hear everything. There is a level of faith that is required. There is a level of trust in yourself, trust in the universe that is required of you. And that's what we are really releasing right now, is that ignoring these opportunities, ignoring your spiritual gifts, ignoring not taking action, or ignoring the action that you're not taking, and really going into a sense of gratitude, a sense of accomplishment, a sense of understanding that, you know what, I don't need to know the whole thing. I've got my path, I've got where I'm at today, and I can work through this. And that's a lot of clearing that's going to happen. That might be what you've been really feeling since the start of Scorpio season, maybe even really strongly during the new moon in Scorpio on the 4th of November, where that moon really was all about setting all of these expectations. So now the Scorpio came in and dug up all of this energy, and with what you were wanting to, grow into and what your intentions were. And now it's saying, all right, this is what you said you wanted. Here's all this stuff. Don't be in this Ace of Wands reversed energy. Flip that around. Allow all of that to release itself. You know better now. You have a different value system. You have a different way of seeing and understanding things. You understand more of your place in this world and what gifts you bring. And let's rock and roll. Again, RIP to the old me. Welcome to the new me. So that's how really across this next, like this eclipse season, and then, like I said, going into next year especially, a lot of these things could be shedding from your life. A lot of the, not taking that opportunity to go on the trip that you've always wanted to go on, not taking the opportunity to tell somebody how amazing and special they are in your life, for no other reason than you just haven't told them in a while. So that can be a lot of ways that this shows up. Second question is, how are we ready to evolve in relationships? So again, Taurus energy is ruled by Venus, which the Empress showed up in how we are ready to evolve in our relationships. The Empress came in strong, very strong energy that talks so much about passion. That's really what we are ready to evolve into in all relationships. Is your relationship one of passion? Is it one that, man, you just wake up in the middle of the night and are just like, whoa, I am whelmed. I am so whelmed by the amount of people, the amount of relationships, the amount of quality humans that I have in my life and that I have been presented with on this journey. And it just is going to get better. Like, man, my coworkers are amazing. My partner is really recognizing me more, recognizing what I bring into this world. The Empress has a very nature-based energy to her, especially in this card with nature all around her. It's really about celebrating. We are evolving in our relationships by celebrating each other, celebrating the people that are in your life, celebrating, how they have showed up for you in the times that you needed them to. We are recognizing and honoring these relationships. And, that doesn't have to be in monetary ways. Now, Venus is ruled, the Empress and Venus, that is the ruler of Taurus. So yes, that could be very tangible things like getting a cupcake for a coworker, or, buying something nice or taking your spouse or your partner on a nice trip or something of that nature. All of those can be tangible, but sometimes it just resides in the looking somebody deep in their eyes. Again, going back to that passion and just saying, I'm so thankful that you're here today. I'm so thankful that you're in my life. And just really having and settling in that gratitude. Again, when we go, what are we shedding? This lack of gratitude, being very grateful for what you have now and what's about to come. Because the more that you settle into that gratuitous area, that gratitude of, man, this is amazing. The more of that amazingness, the more people and relationships you'll bring with that same energy signature. The other card that I wanted to talk about, what we're ready to evolve into during this season, is your serenity and your peace. So this is a very you card. This talks about how we evolve into our peace more, how we evolve into serenity more, very Taurus signatures. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. So pages are this a kind of initiatory energy. They're bringing something, right? So you see the Page of Pentacles. He's got this gigantic pentacle in his hand. Pages are bringing something forward. So when it comes to your peace and serenity, there's a big sense of nurture. Nurture your peace. Allow yourself to have that peace. Allow yourself to not feel guilty. Again, releasing some of these patterns. Allow yourself to not feel guilty for taking care of you. Allow yourself to not feel guilty that you are thriving, that you're making things happen, that you're doing the work to heal, but those around you may not be there yet. Being okay with that and nurturing that space within you. This is a lot about finances and resources. Again, very Venusian energy, right on time for Taurus season, right on time for Venus in Capricorn, starting out at the beginning of the year. So really, look at what your serenity and peace is going to come from, what you bring into the world. Knowing that you can bring something forward, knowing that it's okay to do so, allowing yourself to take the practices, because, the page is bringing a pentacle forward. So pentacle is very earth energy, right? It has to do with our finances, but it's also, there's been a lot of cards before we get to the page. We go 1 all the way to 10 before we get to the page, and all 1 through 10 cards is all about the work that it takes to get here, to get to a space where you have a gift to give, to get to a space where you have nurtured something into bringing it forward into something bigger. So don't lose sight of that when it comes to evolving your peace and serenity. Don't lose sight of all that you have accomplished, all that you have done up till now. It's okay to pat yourself on the back. It's okay to say, dude, holy cow, great job. You have done amazing things. One of the practices that can be very useful, especially as you're looking to evolve in that state of peace and serenity, especially around your accomplishments. Imposter syndrome is a real thing. One of the things that I know I've used as a practice and I continue to use as a practice is either once a month, once a quarter, or however you work with your vision and manifestation boards. But keeping track of the things that you complete can be a very, very powerful tool to finding peace and serenity with your accomplishments. So that could look like you have your vision board, you've got a bunch of pictures on there, and that represent what the things you want. And let's say one of them was a new car. And over the last couple of months, you got that new car. That picture on your vision board can now come off and come to your completion board. And as you look through the month or quarter or however often you want to do it, you can go, wow, holy cow, I really did accomplish things. And you'll be shocked by the amount that you truly accomplish once you start diving in, because you do find these little spaces. So that can be a really useful practice to bring in that can help you with that evolvement. Next question is, what can we nurture in this cycle? And we have the Hierophant. Hierophant has been coming up and in the same space. If you've gone or have seen my other readings, the Hierophant, especially when we talk about what is coming forward into the future, has shown itself over and over and over again. This is getting in touch with our inner world, our ancestry, our power, our gifts that we bring forward, our spiritual practices. This is all about tradition. It's about our faith. It's about, having this, what light do you provide into this world? And knowing that you don't have to hide that light. Knowing that you can act on your spiritual beliefs, whatever those are for you. And there is a space for that amongst this, in this beautiful earth, amongst the stars, amongst the universe. So when we talk about what we're really nurturing during this cycle, we are nurturing those gifts coming forward. We are nurturing that embodiment of, these practices, this faith, the traditions that we take, our ancestry, the genetic codes that we have within us, the wisdom and the guidance that we can get from our ancestors, from our line, when we start to really allow, again, that Neptune and Pisces energy to just be. Get our ego out of the way, get the brain out of the way, and just know everything is happening for a higher purpose. The last card is, where can we expand more? So we got the Page of Swords. So the reason why this question is really important is during this lunar eclipse, there is a lot of Jupiter energy, and Jupiter is where we expand. Jupiter is coming in and it's giving us this opportunity to truly expand more. Like, there is something big coming in, and it may not land for everybody on this lunar eclipse. It may land during this eclipse season, but you, especially if you're shedding, across these ancestral patterns and you're doing the work you need to do, there is something huge about ready to come. Again, we are transitioning from one axis to another. It is a change. These are going to be new energies, even though we've been working with Taurus energies, and especially Uranus and Taurus over the last year. It's new territory, and there is just something that is dynamically different coming up this next year. And what we need to know and how we can use this expansion is with Jupiter is in this Page of Swords, which is all about the new challenges. So again, we talked about it with the Page of Pentacles. Pages are bringing something forward. And again, there's 1 to 10. All of this work you've done to get to this page. And this could be something like, let's say you went through yoga teachers training and you've gotten your teacher's certification. You've done all of this work to get it. And now a new challenge presents itself. Are you going to stand in front of a class and teach? Or was that just for you? And are you going to continue to be a student of the practice? Are you going to continue to grow and develop? Are you going to take other challenges? Not every person that goes through yoga teachers training needs to become a teacher, but that is a challenge. Is how do you find your voice? If you do want to be a teacher, how do you stand in front of the room? How do you make it meaningful? How do you provide, this blend? What type of students do you attract to your class? So there's all of these challenges that can come with that. And that's what Jupiter is here to help us expand, to let us know or give us these drops of wisdom, these drops of goodies. Like Jupiter, especially with, Taurus being here in Earth energy, you can just all of a sudden have like something drop right in front of you, right? Like all of a sudden you did this class and you took this training and you're like, well, I don't have this in order to really spearhead, I want to take on this challenge. I want to become a massage therapist and I've taken the training. I want to do it. But in order for me to do that, I need to have a table. And man, like I don't have the finances right now. It's on my list. I'm going to get there. And then boom, Jupiter comes in and guess what? Somebody's moving town and is like, hey, I have a table. I know you just got done with massage school. That be something that you would want? You don't have to pay me for it. Okay, Jupiter. Thank you. That's how this energy can really manifest. But the initial step, what the Page of Swords is here to tell you, is you have to accept that challenge. There is a level of commitment, a level of action that you need to take in order for Jupiter to bring in this expansive energy for you. So there is a commitment needed. What are you wanting to take on as a new challenge? And then hold on to that. Stay fast in that and allow Jupiter to bring its blessings in. All right. So for the guidance card, what will help us stay the course? And the guidance card we got is this beautiful, and again, all decks will be posted below. This is the African Goddess Rising deck. I thought it was so appropriate with the Venus and Taurus energies here to pull from a goddess deck. And we have Razuli Dantor, and this is etheric quartz. So I'm just going to let you see this for a second. And then I'm actually going to read from the book. So this is Ruli Dantor, is the goddess of etheric, chords from Haiti. Its temple is the Lovers. So this is a very nurturing and loving energy, element of fire. And she fought elbow to elbow with her people during the Haitian Revolution, protecting mothers and children. And she represents healing the Dark Mother. So her guidance is, if it isn't wholehearted love, release it. Remember your worth. So that we saw a lot of that in here, right? Especially as how are we ready to evolve in relationships? What can we nurture? Look, this is what this season is all about. This is what this eclipse is all about. What is in your heart? And if it's not in your heart, it's okay to let it go. It's okay to allow something new to take its place. It's okay to root down and get all of that out so that way you can plant a new seed and allow that to be nurtured and grown, which is all about what Taurus is about. It's the planting, the nurturing, knowing that you're not going to see it sprout right away, but that you are nurturing it into existence. Her embodiment, the energy cords binding you and someone you no longer wish to be attached to, are strong. You must be willing to let go. Close your eyes, see divine swords of God, Goddess's loving light separating you and dissolving the cords between you. You are both whole and healed. Just as you shower to cleanse physical grime, there is also grime in the form of energetic cords, also called karmatic ribbons, emotional cords, etheric cords. Spiritual maintenance is required. So what is going to help us stay the course is doing a lot of the work to release karmatic cords, to cleanse yourself. So cleansings could be really great. Maybe an Ori cleanse, or going out to fresh water, running fresh water and allowing that water to run over you. There's really great herbs that you can use to cleanse your auric field. Reiki is a really, really wonderful way to get that sort of cleansing. And I do have my soul sister does amazing Reiki work. I'll make sure to put her information down below if it is something that you're like, I've heard about it, I want to do it, or I've done it in the past, but haven't really gotten there this year. It might be as we go through this next year in these cycles this might be a great way for you to stay on course. So if you see yourself veering, energetic and spiritual maintenance is needed. And then the goddess's declaration, beautiful, beautiful affirmation. I am worthy, I am compassionate, and I am whole. That has been your reading. Thank you so much. Enjoy this lunar eclipse. Scorpio energy is one of my favorite energies to work with. I wish you the best, and I will see you back for now then the solar eclipse in December, as well as Yule, and then another full moon. It is about ready to be on. And just like you, I am also in the state of doing a lot of this work myself, setting up for 2022. We have big things coming at Habitual Sages for 2022. I'm really excited about the offerings that I'm going to be we're going to be changing up the readings a little bit, changing up the astrology a little bit. And I'm really, really excited to offer that. So look forward to that. Look forward to all the new stuff. Make sure you like, subscribe. And if you know anybody that would benefit from this reading, share the reading on over. But liking and subscribing helps me continue to do what I'm doing and for you to know when I have new videos that are up. All information will be below in the description box as well. Thank you so much.